Today, I'm going to describe how to run a show on air on the radio. And I know what you're thinking. That's probably pretty easy. But there's a little more that goes into it than a lot of people think. And I'm here to try to explain that to you in a little better way, a little easier than some people might think. So, with that being said, let's get started. So first, when we come into the station, we got to make sure all the transmitter levels are correct. Which that is, we're just making sure that all the systems are up and running at their correct levels. So we have to call this number and check to make sure we're running at a good and steady level. Then, after we do that, we have to browse all the CDs on the rack and figure out what we're going to be playing for today's show. This is one of the funnest things you get to do here. So you get to actually pick out what you're going to play, and it's a pretty good time. As you can see, there's a very large collection of CDs. Then we take the CDs, we bring it over to the CD player here. Got to make sure everything's on and up to the right level and on the right input. Then you just clearly hit the eject button. You take whatever CD's in there out. And then you get your CD ready and you put it back in. And you hit the close button. Then you got to hit pause to make sure that this doesn't start playing right away. Then after it loads, you go to whatever track you want it to play on. And then we come over to the board. We go to the level and we hit the Q button, which is basically just to test out so we know what's coming up. Then you come back to the CD player, you hit play, and you get to preview the song. Then while we're on there, you got to make sure all the levels here are good to go. You got to make sure that where the music is being played, you want to be around 0 to -5. It usually gives you the best volume for your music. And then as you go, you got to write down what songs you played so that they can have a better understanding of what music to get. And then after every 3 or so songs, you got to come on and announce and give a legal ID. Then, when we're done for the day, you got to bring all your paperwork and you put it right back here on this rack so that the people in charge can have an understanding of how your show went.